All right, well, the markets ended up, I mean, we've had quite a day. We saw a really big rip down. We saw a rip up. We went all over the place, and now we're actually higher than basically when the day opened today, which is definitely quite impressive, guys. Look at this candle right here. This is really, really good news. I know you can't see me right now, but I got a really big smile on my face because we've had data from the CPI data. That's not great. It's certainly not too bad either, in my opinion. Basically, inflation stayed the same year over year. But what's very, very important, guys, is if you look at what actually happened to, like the S&P 500 right at the open, for example, guys, just look at this. It gaps down hugely, absolutely just falls through the floor, and then very quickly rockets back up, and it's having a little bit of back and forth, but still actually trading pretty damn well. This is not something that I had predicted, but it's actually better than what I predicted, because I was saying that we probably wouldn't drop at all in the first place. I was saying that I don't think we're going to lose this area of support. Well, it turns out what we had was actually what I would call a deviation, right? I mean, if we look at our support level and measure this down just in terms of percent that we dropped, we did not fall by 3%. We fell by about 2.5%. And then it took Bitcoin a little bit of time, and we have seen Bitcoin recover a little bit since then. But this is not even the best part. The best part that I've got to talk to you guys about in today's video is what's going on with the dollar. Now, if you've been watching this channel consistently, if you've been subscribed and all that good stuff, you're going to know that I was watching the dollar index very, very closely because of one particular thing that I wanted to see happen, which is hopefully seeing that the dollar finally punches in a lower high. Okay, so that on this chart, we're no longer setting a trend of each subsequent high being higher, and ideally we move into a different phase of the market now where our highs get lower. And what that means is that we're potentially no longer in an uptrend for the dollar, where the dollar could actually be dropping down. Now, we don't know if this is actually going to happen yet. I want to make this very clear. This is absolutely not confirmed. This isn't it yet. But what we have right now is the early warning sign that we could be looking at exactly that. Okay, I mean, we got a really big spike here and then a drop back down, and obviously this is just quite severe market manipulation. So shout out to those of you guys that didn't feel pressured into trading something like this. I'm always very vocal about stuff like this, that keeping your money safe is always the primary responsibility of any trader. This is exactly what we teach inside of the 𝗬𝗢𝗙𝗏 Academy, which you can join by following the steps on screen, and of course within 𝗬𝗙𝗏𝗏's VIP, where you get to see me trading in real time as well. This is what we're all about, ladies and gents. It's about keeping our capital very, very safe. But what we have right here with the dollar was a little bit of consolidation before below resistance, a fake out above, and then a drop back down. This is literally a mirror image reverse of what happened to Bitcoin, which I think is really, really cool, because that does paint a very cool picture for the market if the dollar ends up dropping down. Now, we do have a lot of support areas on the dollar. I could extend this box a little bit further, and you can see that there's still quite a lot going for the dollar right here if the dollar does end up falling down in the ways of support, right? So it's definitely not the end of the world. This thing could continue to get very, very worse, but we've got good early warning signs right here. And what I really like about this, guys, is obviously, you look at the bears, they were getting extremely cocky. I've been saying this for a really long time, right? Like, I mean, the sentiment to me just didn't indicate that this market was ready to drop too much. And, so this, I think, is really, really cool. We take a look at the fear and greed index as well, which hasn't quite updated just yet, but we are looking still from yesterday at readings of 20 and then 20 as well, just again continuing to flatline. So everything I've been saying about the market, with me thinking that we're probably not going to be dropping just for now, at least for a potential relief rally, certainly looks like it's the case. What do we need to do now? We need to clear this area of resistance. This 19.5k area should have acted as support, but it wasn't, and you guys are going to remember me saying that if we come back up to challenge this area, it is now going to be resistance. Absolutely no surprises here, ladies and gents. Look at where our big pump bottomed out. If we measure this pump from our low up to the high that we set, and we look at the time that it took, this was a 6-hour pump that took us up by 7.5%. So very substantial move, and it ended exactly where I predicted it would end. Guys, smash up the likes if you appreciate those kind of pieces of analysis that I'm delivering to you guys. Obviously, super, super healthy, very, very nice trading ranges here. A long position right here with a stop loss around 3% below, which would indicate that we have broken down, would have worked out very, very well. And just off this level up to where we are right now, 4% move, on 5x leverage, that's already a 20% gain, something like that. So again, this is not something that I traded, but it did look to be somewhat of an interesting trade anyway, and you guys know the deal. I'm making almost all of my trades on Bybit, which is on screen right now, right here. This is the only exchange that I use pretty much, and it's been my favorite for a very, very long time. If you guys want to check it out, you're getting a bonus of over $4,000 just by signing up using my link in the description down below. So go ahead and take that out if you like free money, because you can trade this market with the cash that Bybit gives you for free, and any profits you make are yours to withdraw as well. On top of that, if you live in countries like the UK, United States, whatever, that have restricted access, BitGet is available everywhere in the world without a VPN and without KYC. So check these guys out as well. Obviously, if you're in restricted territories, you shouldn't be using it, and you should be a law-abiding citizen. That's why you're in crypto. But I wish you guys could see my face right now. But you know, this is still a really, really cool option, and BitGet is offering you guys $8,000 in bonuses. But moving back to the chart here, guys, I think that if we're able to get above this resistance area, right? One sec, it is so hot here. If we're able to get above this resistance area right here at 19.5, I will be expecting a nice easy climb up to 20.3. And just seeing that, you know, again, we've spent so long in this range now with relatively low volatility. We've now kind of been down here for about 25 days, but we've been in a shit range for a lot longer than that. We've been in a shit range for close to 50 days now. You know, each time we kind of hit these resistance areas, I have to imagine that they are more likely to break. And if it does break, then the next area on the chart that I'll be watching is 21.7. But it's a little bit too early to be talking about all of that just now, because we do still have resistance on this chart. 1 hour Ichimoku cloud has more or less been dealt with, so that's absolutely great. But on the 4 hour time frame, actually we've got a green Kumo, so that's useful. It is nice. Not the best candles in the world right here, but it is still nice. And on the daily time frame, I suppose this is where the problems really come in, because there is still quite a bit of resistance up ahead. The good news, I suppose, if there is any to draw from this, is that we're quite far away from this resistance at the moment. We would have to pump up by about 9.8% just to have this resistance as a problem. So see that as a good thing or a bad thing. In the short term, obviously it's a very good thing, but you know, longer term, it's going to be quite a challenge, I think. If you don't know what this indicator is, you know the drill. Type this into the YouTube search bar, watch my free tutorial on this indicator, how to get it, how to use it, and my favorite best practices for it. This is an example of one of the free videos you get. Well, it's not free, but one of the videos you get inside of the 𝗧𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 here on YouTube. And the second thing I want to show you is the EMA ribbon. So go ahead and pause the video and search this up as well if you want to learn about EMA ribbons. That's what I'm about to show you right here. They are still offering Bitcoin resistance, so it's too early to celebrate. If I start seeing that the fear and greed index shoots up, if this is anywhere above 25, 28, I mean 25 I'll give, even up to 26, 27, but if we hit 28 and a little bit higher, that's way too big of a jump in one day. You know, and I think that there is a decent chance that we could get a big jump today, because today's trading action has been just constant whiplash in both directions, which I think can really make people quite psychologically vulnerable in terms of being influenced by you know, things that end up happening in the market. So that is something that I'm going to be watching carefully, because I just want to make sure that, you know, I don't get swept away in it, that you guys don't get swept away in it as well. Obviously, that is our job as traders. We've got to be responsible with this stuff and make sure that we're not getting caught up in the hype and all of that stuff. And that's exactly what this YouTube channel is aiming to deliver you guys. So if you appreciate all that, you know what to do. Do me that favor, that big, juicy favor. Smash up those likes, subscribe, tick the bell, double check that you've got those things all done, because these are very time-sensitive videos and you want to be able to get them as soon as they are ready. A little bit of a later upload today because I was traveling, I was flying today. Wasn't able to get to this on time. It was really funny. Literally right as my flight took off, the CPI data was announced. It was like 2 minutes later that I had to take off, which was very frustrating. But we have an inside joke inside my group where, you know, it's only on days that I'm flying that big fun things happen in the market. But anyway, we're here, and and I don't have any more flights now, so that's cool. Yeah, so you know, hopefully what we see this developing into is, you know, potentially some sort of kind of falling wedge, and then maybe we can break up a little bit, you know, maybe whatever, like an ascending triangle would also be nice, something like that, and then bam, we break up. Just any sort of kind of continuation pattern, any sort of stalling in the trend would, I think, be totally fine. You know, so that is something I'm going to be looking out for. And I think it would be very useful for the market to kind of cool off a little bit before mounting its next attack. Like I said, on the daily time frame, we do still have this resistance right here, so a little bit too early to start celebrating. Let's take a look at the 4 hour as well. Yeah, we're actually just in the thick of it. Oh, we've just broken it actually, so that's good. There was a decent spread here, so I am going to say that this is a pretty good move right here. You know, and I think it's also interesting just seeing how the S&P 500 is rebounding. You know, I mean, the S&P 500 lost a really big area of support this looks like quite a clear fake out right now. It dipped right into the range that I was calling for, ladies and gents. If you've been watching this channel for anything longer than a couple of weeks, you're going to remember that I've been talking about this range right here for the S&P 500 to find some support. So it's very, very poetic that we fell down exactly to this level and are now potentially getting ready to, mount another attack. Whether that means that we kind of, go up to reach some of our resistance areas around the 3,900 area, or I think what might end up being more likely is just that kind of, we trade sideways a little bit, which is an idea that I saw when I was watching MDX Crypto. You guys know this guy very well if you've been watching my channel since summer of this year, but this is a fellow British YouTuber, very, very good analyst. He puts out really good analysis. If you like my stuff, you're gonna love his stuff. And when I was watching him, he was actually talking about how he thinks the S&P 500 could kind of do something a little bit like this, which, as much as it would suck, actually seems pretty likely right now. And what that would mean for Bitcoin is hopefully just a nice fertile range for Bitcoin to, to play around a little bit, see what happens, maybe rally up a little bit. I don't think Bitcoin's going to be bound by the S&P 500 too much, because we have seen many more signs of decoupling recently, even today as well. I'm not going to get too much into it, but if you're curious, just go ahead and look at the small time frames to analyze those things, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But like I said, guys, with the dollar, I think this is huge. If the dollar does end up kind of traveling down a little bit now, entering a little bit of a downtrend, my god, if we kind of fall down to this low and then we sweep it, that's it. I mean, this is the ultimate wet dream for us right now. It could end up being a little bit of a kind of falling wedge pattern, and this could end up taking us into November, December, whatever, where we kind of trade something a little bit like this, and then the dollar blows up. Totally possible. I'm not ruling that out, but for now, at least what we are seeing right here, I think this is good. We're not getting good signs very often right now, but seeing this kind of top, this is a pretty real reversal sign right here. I mean, if you're bullish on the dollar right now, you would be concerned about this. We consolidated at a high, we couldn't break up, we fell down a little bit, we faked out, and then we got smacked the fuck right back down. This is bad. This is bad for the dollar, right? The inverse for Bitcoin. We fell down to a support level, we faked out below it, we had the biggest fake out below it that we've seen since we entered this range, which was towards the end of September. We're now in the middle of October, ladies and gents. Time is ticking. We're nearly at the end of 2022 even, my bad. Things are going very, very quick, and we still managed to recover this up very, very nicely, like I said, with a 7.5% pump. So it's very important to be able to put these things in perspective. Take a look at what Ethereum did as well. Ethereum was even more crazy. Ethereum fell quite a bit below its support level. It fell 7% roughly below its support level right here, and now has recovered right back up as well. So interesting stuff, to say the least. And obviously we did know that Ethereum would probably be a little bit more volatile than Bitcoin. So I think this is a good start. There's a lot of things we can do with this. The main thing that we need now is to not continue to find resistance at these areas. I mean, if we consolidate and trade sideways, that's totally okay in my opinion, but I really don't want to see us revisiting this low. That would mean that any progress we've gained today will have been lost. So that is something I'm going to be watching out for. But with that, guys, I do need to get going. Really hope you've enjoyed this video. You know what to do if you have. Check out Bybit if you want a trading bonus to trade in this really, really hot range. You guys were hearing it on this YouTube channel, guys. I hope you guys were prepared with your Bybit accounts funded up, ready to trade with those nice bonuses, completely free of charge, that you can, withdraw your profits from as well. But if you haven't done so already, it doesn't take long at all. It just takes a matter of minutes. So go get your bonus, go get your free cash by following that link down below. BitGet available all over the world without a VPN, without KYC as well. And of course, if you want to jump inside what I'm offering, it's all on screen right here. Hope you've enjoyed this one. You know what to do. Hit up the likes, subscribe, click the bell, and I'm out. Bye-bye.